to believe it, isn't it? I know, take a look. Honestly, take a look at this. This is our effort in the UK's premier shopping street, Oxford Street in the very heart of London. These are our Christmas lights. I know, I've seen better lights hung up in a hardware shop, haven't you? Better displays. Of course, this is the problem now, you see, because as we all know, we are a Christian country, but we have somebody heading our particular city here, our wonderful great London. And basically, you know, it's one rule for us and certainly one rule for him. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. How are you? Nice to see you. We'll have a quick wave. You're right. Yes. Do you remember in the old days when you used to go shopping with your mum and dad? Didn't stores make an effort to make Christmas time wonderful? You know, I remember our local electricity board shop, and you know, it was a small place, but gosh, they made it look really sort of festive, and you felt like you'd seen lights, you know, and all that sort of stuff. Everybody made an effort. There was an effort to do great windows, great displays, lots of pictures of Santa, lots of Christian messages, lots of course celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. And I'm not getting religious here, but it's what it's about. You know, that's the whole point of Christmas Day, isn't it? But you know, when you're a kid, you just love seeing magical lights, big displays, looking at shop windows with the toys in that you might get, you know, and you felt that there was a momentum. That's right. Over here in London, truly, if you're coming for the Christmas lights, don't bother. They were turned on in a bit of a damp squib by a wonderful lady who's a lioness, you know, one of the women's football teams who did so well for us earlier this year. No problem with her whatsoever. But you see, if you flip a coin and look at these disgraceful lights, the one thing that you'll notice is there's not even the word season's greetings. Certainly no mention of the word Christmas or indeed Merry Christmas. No, no, no. And this is all down to Sadiq Khan, the Mayor of London. He's the one that signs it off. But how different it was for his own celebration. Remember earlier this year when he launched the very first Ramadan lights in Piccadilly Circus. Can you see these? What's the difference? Happy Ramadan. These were hanging up basically for the month of Ramadan from March till April. And of course, he was very keen to go and switch them on and get involved himself. Delighted, in fact, that he could put their message across London. Nothing wrong with that. We're a liberal country. But why is it one rule for one and one for another? We contacted City Hall, and as ever, nobody's awake, nobody wants to answer anything. And as you've seen, if you want to look into it, you know, he's called out as a liar amongst his own now in audiences at City Hall. That's how bad it's become. But the reason why I share this with you is it's not a political stance at all. As I say, years ago, I worked for radio stations, and there was almost a big fight, you know, as to which celebrity could flick on the Christmas lights, normally switched on at the very heart of Selfridges. They had a balcony, and they get a big pop star. There might be a few performances. You know, it was a spectacle, an event. How times have changed. People are depressed enough. They've got a cost of living crisis. And more importantly, they don't have too much money to spend. But what you can give them is a little bit of hope, a little bit of glitz, and more importantly, the message what Christmas is about. Under the regime that we're now living over here in the United Kingdom, nobody dares say this. Another thing nobody's pointed out, let me also point out, is simply this. The Metropolitan Police over here in England, and particularly in London the other day, none of them were wearing poppies for the Remembrance Day service, or indeed the, the minute silence on Armistice Day. Apparently they didn't want to offend people. Quite happy though to have the Black Lives Matters badges and taking the knee and waving the rainbow flags, are they not? Why is it always the things that are inherently British that are pushed aside? But I say finally, if you're coming to London, don't bother with the Christmas lights. Like Mr. Khan, it truly falls short on every single level. Always happy to share with you. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.